Today's topic: select the best off-grid inverter. When it comes to off-grid inverters, there are numerous brands to choose from. A few have emerged as well-known names among the general public. diyprojects, Growit, Soko, and PowMr are among the popular brands. Today, we're not going to compare brands. Instead, we'll focus on the features that make PowerMR stand out. They offer a diverse product range to meet various requirements, experienced by being in the market since 2014, continuously adapt, and enhance features to cater to the evolving needs, such as maximum power point tracking, intelligent cooling, support big loads with parallel support, smart monitoring, customer support, and this is the most important point, competitive pricing, and hands-on experience. Types of inverters offered by PowMr: All In One Inverters, Hybrid Inverters, Power Inverters, Micro Inverters. We focus only on these two categories, as these are the most moving inverters these days. Under Power Inverters, they have listed 1200 watt to 3000 watt inverters. These are not the requirement of most users. Micro inverters are grid inverters, so it's not what we are discussing today. All In One Inverters. Product number 1. 5600 watts, 48 volts DC and 230 volts AC out. Support the parallel connection of up to 6 units. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Pure sine wave inverter charger, built-in MPPT charge controller with multiple battery options for safe charging modes and 3 output modes. Supports connection of up to 6 units in parallel. Product number 2. 5500 watts, 220 volts AC out and 48 volts DC. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Supports broad scope of application. Product number 3. This inverter supports 3000 watts, 110 volts AC and 24 volts DC. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 4. Load up to 5000 watts. Supports 110 volts AC and 48 volts DC battery. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 5. Can load up to 3500 watts. Supports 110 volts AC and 48 volts DC battery. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 6. Supports a load of 5000 watts, output of 220 volt AC with a battery backup of 48 volt DC. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 7. Supports a load of 5500 watts, with a 220 volt AC output and battery backup of 48 volt DC. Also, this unit supports 12 units in parallel. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 8. This is the smallest capacity inverter in this range. It can handle up to 1500 watts with a 220 volt AC out. Works with a 12 volt DC battery. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 9. Load capacity 8000 watts, output 230 volts AC, battery backup 48 volt DC, can connect up to 6 units in parallel. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 10. 3000 watts load capacity, 220 volt AC output, battery 24 volts DC. Check out the specifications on the screen, or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 11. Supports up to 4500 watt output, 220 volts AC, battery 24 volts DC. Check out the specifications on the screen or download the complete manual from the description. Product number 12. Supports up to 3000 watts, output 220 volts AC, battery backup 24 volts DC. Check out the specifications on the screen or download the complete manual from the description. So these are the inverters listed under all-in-one inverters. Before we list down the hybrid inverters, I thought of sharing few things that you need to consider when selecting your inverter. Checking required capacity, battery voltage, solar input details are basic things when selecting an inverter, but that's not all. Tip number 1. Inverter cooling system. When air is drawn in from the bottom and exits from the top, can be influenced by various factors, including the installation location, battery type, and installation method. Installing the inverter right above lead-acid batteries can affect the inverter's lifespan because batteries sends out hydrogen gas while charging. Tip number 2. Dust filter. Older inverter models have a tendency to accumulate dust. In high humidity, the combination of dust and moisture can cause short circuits in delicate electronic components. Check out my video, link is in the description below, for a cost-effective solution on how to add a dust filter to your solar inverter. Let's get back to the list of hybrid inverters available at PowerMR. Hybrid inverter number 1. Load up to 10 kilowatts, output 110 to 140 volts AC, battery 48 volts DC. 10 kilowatts pure sine wave split phase inverter. Time slot utility changing, carrying function, and time slot battery discharging function. 2. PV inputs. Hybrid inverter number 2 can load up to 10 kilowatts, output voltage to 130 volts AC, backup battery 48 volts DC. 2. PV inputs. Hybrid inverter number 3. 5000 watts load handling, 48 volts DC battery support, 110 volts AC output, supports up to 6 units in parallel. Time slot utility changing, carrying function, and time slot battery discharging function. Hybrid inverter number 4. This amazing unit supports IP65 rating, can work in 100% humidity conditions, load capacity 5500 watts, output 220 volts AC, battery 48 volts, time slot utility changing, carrying function, and time slot battery discharging function. Hybrid inverter number 5. Another monster load handler, which can handle up to 66 kilowatts in total when 12 units connected in parallel. Single inverter can handle 5500 watts, 48 volts DC, output 220 volts AC, time slot utility changing, carrying function, and time slot battery discharging function. Hybrid inverter number 6. 5600 watt load handling with 220 volts AC output, battery 48 volts DC, time slot utility changing, carrying function, and time slot battery discharging function. Grid feeding hybrid inverters. These inverters offer a comprehensive home power solution to utilize solar energy for your home's needs, charge batteries with excess power, and allow you to choose whether to send surplus energy to the grid. There's 5 models, starting from 3600 watts to 10.2 kilowatts, grid power to 120 volts AC, battery support from 24 volts to 48 volts. Check out the specifications. 3600 watts load handling, 220 volts AC, 24 volts battery support. For 1200 watts, DC 24 volts, AC 220 volts. 6200 watts, 220 volts AC, 48 volts DC. 8200 watts, 220 volts AC, 48 volts DC. 10200 watts, 230 volts AC, 48 volts DC. Apart from the specifications, it's important to be aware of the physical differences between the 3.6 kilowatt to 10.2 kilowatt grid feeding inverter models when choosing the right one. (3600 watt to 6200 watt models comes with one PV input. Battery connector needs a POSI screwdriver, wire size 25 mm. 8,200 watt to 10,200 watt models. Supports 2 PV inputs. Separate inputs for battery plus and minus connections. So we have covered the full range of PowMr off-grid inverters, which are currently available in the market. Please check the description for user manuals and more details. The links provided are not affiliate links. This video is intended to help DIY off-grid enthusiasts struggling to find the right inverter. If you find this information valuable, please like and subscribe.